This is Valley View News.
Kind of changing the culture around here, and it's definitely going to bring a lot of tourism.
A world record-breaking construction project is underway in downtown Los Angeles. As the federal deadline for health coverage approaches, a Los Angeles community received free-of-charge health services and information. A reality TV pastor who used venomous snakes during church sermons has died after refusing medical treatment for a snake bite.
Hello, and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Simone Braithwaite.
And I'm Starman Awesome. A Pennsylvania teenager has confessed to killing a man she met on Craigslist. 19-year-old Miranda Barber also says she killed more than 20 other people around the country. Barber says she began killing when she was 13 after joining a satanic cult. Barber and her 22-year-old husband reportedly stabbed and strangled 42-year-old Troy LaFleur last November. The couple says they wanted to kill someone together. Barber confessed to Pennsylvania News reporter Francis Scarcella in a jailhouse interview.
You can take all of everything else that she said in the interview, and you can take all of the numbers that she threw around and all of that out. But the more surprising thing to me would be the fact that she said that if she got out, she would do it again.
Court records say the pair faced charges including criminal homicide, assault, and robbery. Authorities say they're looking into Barber's claims that she committed 20 other killings.
CSUN students react to the dangers of the internet site and give their opinion on how to stay safe.
I guess it can happen to anybody on any sort of social media platform.
Well, I've never really used the Craigslist to buy anything, but I know people who do, and then I know people who sell stuff on Craigslist, and it's kind of putting a bad reputation on the website itself.
I do think you should be extra cautious, only meet in public places, never meet at somebody's house. I think that's really sketchy.
I use Craigslist all the time, but I do believe you have to be really, really careful.
I don't think they've always had the best reputation, but I still think it's a good place to get nice, cheap stuff.
Of course, that scares you simply because you don't know the other person face to face, and you don't know if they might actually be a murderer or something.
Police in 5 states and the FBI are still investigating Barber's claims.
A Florida jury has convicted a gunman of a lesser charge in the killing of a teenager. The jury was unable to agree whether Michael Dunn committed a murder or acted in self-defense. Dunn is white, and teenager Jordan Davis was black. Dunn is accused of killing 17-year-old Davis in a dispute over Davis's loud music. The jury found Dunn guilty of attempted murder in the second degree. Prosecutors argued Dunn recklessly shot the teenager after a confrontation with several young men over the music. Dunn says Davis threatened him and he feared for his life after seeing a gun. No weapon was found. Dunn fired 10 times, hitting Davis with 3 shots. Prosecutor Angela Corey plans to seek a new trial.
We intend to retry him, retry Michael Dunn on first-degree murder.
Davis would have been 19 years old this month.
CSUN students are shocked at the mistrial of the Dunn case.
He just looked, and by discriminating against skin color, what they were wearing, maybe what they were doing, their actions, they felt threatened in that sort, but there was no actual cause.
But I just feel like it's 2014. You know, we got interracial couples everywhere. You know, we got a black and white president. You know, it's kind of dumb.
I think that this is really outrageous, and I don't know how there could be a mistrial.
But there's always been several murders against young black males just because the way they talk or the way they dress. So I'm sure it's a racial motivation.
A record-setting project continues in Los Angeles. The Wilshire Grand is expected to be the tallest building in LA, and the project may break the record for the largest amount of concrete ever poured at one time. Valley View reporter Ruby Martinez was there as the concrete was being poured and followed this process step by step.
Construction crews are aiming to set a Guinness World Record by continuously pouring concrete into a foundation. The foundation is for a new project in the financial district.
2,100 truckloads of concrete will pour for more than 20 hours straight. When dry, the concrete will weigh more than 82 million pounds.
The Wilshire Grand, developed by Korean Air, is said to be the tallest building west of the Mississippi. At 1,100 feet high, the 73-story structure will include hotel rooms, restaurants, retail, and office space. The $1 billion project is set to create over 11,000 local jobs and contribute to $80 million in tax revenue. This just during the construction phase. Local residents have stopped to watch the pour.
I really think it's good for the economy, and it looks like it's putting a lot of people to work, and it's definitely going to bring a lot of tourism back into LA.
It's another project Angelinos are excited about.
Well, I think it's great. You know, downtown's kind of rising on the rise, so I think it'll bring in a lot of people, kind of changing the culture around here.
The hotel will also feature a slanted roof structure, but the project won't be finished until 2016. In downtown Los Angeles, I'm Ruby Martinez, Valley View News.
The crew expected to have the concrete poured after about 20 hours of work.
Governor Jerry Brown has signed a bill to increase the state minimum wage. It will rise from $8 to $10 an hour by 2016. Valley View's Sarah Muirhead has the story.
Starting this July, the minimum wage will increase by $1. On January 1st, 2016, it will raise another $1.
Pizza chicken with no onions and one chicken and mushroom with pizza sauce.
CSUN student and Philly's best cashier, Maddie Andrews, is in favor of raising minimum wage, saying it will help her keep up with the standard of living.
I work really hard and I don't get paid a lot. I just moved out on my own. I'm trying to afford everything like groceries and electricity bills and everything like that, and I just can't do it on minimum wage.
Not all business owners are happy about the minimum wage raising. Richard Frey, owner of Philly's Best, says raising the minimum wage by $1 could raise the unemployment rate.
And as a business owner, I think minimum wage shouldn't go up a full $1. I think it should only go up a couple cents, 10, 20 cents. As inflation rises, I know things get more expensive, but small businesses like this won't be able to survive and won't be able to hire as many employees.
CSUN economics professor Ruth Bennington explains the positives and the negatives of raising the minimum wage.
The argument against minimum wages in general is that they are set above the market price, so we end up with fewer workers hired than we would with a lower market rate. The argument in favor of minimum wage is that it provides a basic standard of living for the workers that are employed at that wage.
Assemblyman Luis Alejo says 3 out of 5 minimum wage workers are 26 and older. Erwin Lemus, father of 2, says that the current minimum wage is not enough to support a family.
Getting really expensive, just rent. Just rent is like, at least I'm paying $1,200 for two bedroom apartments. So, getting the minimum, you don't even make like half of it. Every other week, it's like $400 or something if you get paid a minimum wage. I think it should be raised to like $12 to $13 an hour, at least.
The California state minimum wage has not been increased in over 5 years. The 25% increase will put over $2 million in California workers' pockets. The federal minimum wage is $7.25. 19 of the 50 states have passed laws raising their local minimum wage above the federal level. In Northridge, Sarah Muirhead reporting for Valley View News.
Some LA residents received valuable health care information without having to leave their neighborhood. Valley View News reporter Hector Mejia visited the health fair at a church earlier this month.
Flu vaccinations, blood pressure checks, and wellness information. But instead of being at a doctor's office, it's in a church parking lot. Grant AME Church kicked off its first free-of-charge health and community resources fair over the weekend.
Men's pack, you have your daily multivitamin, you have vitamin C plus extended release.
Walgreens is here giving out free flu shots, and then we have another organization that is giving heart checks, preliminary heart checks.
Terry Wilson was passing by when he noticed the fair.
They took my blood pressure, checked my heart, come to find out that I'm doing really well.
In severe cases, high blood pressure can lead to a heart attack, stroke, or kidney disease.
If it is elevated, we recommend low salt, lots of vegetables, and plenty of exercise.
By March 31st, every person is required to have health coverage.
If you don't have health coverage this year, the penalty is either 1% of your annual income or $95, whichever is greater. If you attend a health fair like this one, chances are you'll find a covered California representative to help you enroll.
They did all the work. And she was very helpful, so we're going to finish it up. She'll call me by phone and we'll finish it up.
A number of people also believe that Medi-Cal is tied to Covered California. It's not, and that actually will continue. You can apply for Medi-Cal throughout the year. The March 31st deadline does not impact it.
You can use Covered California to check eligibility and sign up for Medi-Cal.
You can go to the website, easy access. Not everyone has a computer. So in your local neighborhood, there are community events like this. Go out, get active.
Thank you. But let us know when your next one is going to be. Okay.
In Los Angeles, Hector Mejia, Valley View News.
Facebook's new gender options are causing confusion among many users. The new options include gender questioning, bigender, intersex, and transgender. The misunderstandings are due to so many options provided by the social media outlet. Facebook has added the options for users who do not identify with one description.
Constant stress and anxiety can make it hard for college students to keep up with their busy lives. Valley View's Alex Milojkovic reports stress among students.
People oftentimes idealize their college experience as a time where they had few cares and little stress. However, this isn't the case. A recent study done by the American Psychological Association shows stress levels in college students rank higher than any other age or generation. Competition for grades, wondering about career choice, maintaining relationships, and looking for jobs after graduation are all contributors to why students are stressed now more than ever. With anxiety at an all-time high, students at California State University Northridge say managing their time is most difficult with the amount of workload they receive every semester.
Me personal, I'm stressed because I don't receive financial aid, and it would help if I did receive a little financial aid. I'm working 2 jobs. I go to school full time just to pay my rent.
Yes, they are stressed out because as far as the cuts on the classes, it does make a student kind of wonder like, okay, how am I going to complete school at the timing that I want to?
The introduction of social networks could be a major factor to why students stress themselves out now more than ever before.
With outlets like Facebook and Twitter and things, you often can see exactly how your peers are doing, and when you're not doing as well as they are, or they're maybe in a different place in their life or something like that, that can be very stressful, and that's stress that you carry with you outside of the classroom.
Many colleges are implementing student health centers where people with high anxiety can go and get the advice that they need. The health center here at CSUN is located in Baramian Hall, where someone is available to talk 5 days a week. Experts say writing in a journal, learning how to manage time well, and taking a little bit of time to see friends and family are the best ways to manage stress and anxiety. In Northridge, I'm Alex Milojkovic, Valley View News.
Snake handling pastor Jamie Coots has died from a venomous snake bite. The National Geographic reality star died from denying treatment for his 9th bite.
He didn't believe in going to the doctor for a snake bite. He'd go for anything else but a snake bite.
A fellow believer was right next to him when the incident happened.
I mean, I could have reached over and picked the snakes up out of his hands.
Coots is the pastor of the Full Gospel Tabernacle in Jesus' Name in Kentucky. Followers believe a verse in the Bible that says venomous snakes will not harm believers as long as they are anointed by the Holy Spirit. Coots is a 3rd-generation snake handler, was planning to pass the church on to his adult son. The practice of snake handling is illegal in many states.
An Ethiopian Airlines co-pilot hijacked his own flight to seek political asylum in Switzerland. The 31-year-old hijacker took control of the plane when the pilot went to use the restroom. The hijacker was not carrying a weapon and climbed down on an emergency exit rope from a cockpit window after landing. None of the 193 passengers were hurt. The plane departed the Ethiopian capital of Addis Ababa and was headed to Rome. The hijacker flew it to Switzerland instead. Coming up, we will tell you about a new car rental service at CSUN.
And in sports, we have the latest on Winter Olympics and the LA Dodgers plan for the pitcher Clayton Kershaw.
You love their music. Why would you steal it? When you illegally download your favorite band's music, they might just disappear. Downloading music without paying for it is just not cool.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Being a dad can be tough.
No. What do you mean she's not coming?
When's the fairy princess coming?
Any minute now.
But when you're willing to do anything...
It is I, Cruz Zinkelpel. Yeah. Okay, time for cake.
It's always worth it.
I know it's really you, Drew. I'm just pretending for the other kids.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes out to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers. This first pitch is fouled between back.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Students at CSUN have a new way to rent a car for just a few hours or for a long time. Valley View News reporter Eddie Najarro checks the Zip cars.
CSUN is now a part of the Zip Car program. It is an online car rental service for students, faculty, and community members. Users are able to reserve a car online or by the Zipcar app. Once a car is chosen, the user must go to the Zipcar location to pick it up. CSUN has been given 2 Zipcars, which are located at the corner of Lassen and Lindley, near the F8 parking lot. Students who are using or looking into using Zipcar think it's a great idea.
I'm excited. I heard about it from other schools, but I knew we didn't have one until this semester, so I got right on it, and I'm excited to go drive.
The main tool needed for users to begin driving is the Zip card.
In order to get the Zip card, riders must register online at zipcar.com with a valid license. Once registered, the card will arrive in the mail within 3 to 7 business days. Once the card arrives, the rider could easily get behind the wheel by just tapping the card on the windshield like this.
After opening the door, the ignition key can be found inside. If users need fuel, Zipcard provides them with a gas card which can be used to fill up the tank. Associated Students Vice President Talar Alexanian says she expects the Zipcard program to be a success on the campus and the community.
I'm fairly hopeful because I think once students hear about it and start to really utilize it, it'll gain more traction, and that will be able to bring a few more in.
In Northridge, I'm Eddie Najarro for Valley View News.
So, Evan, I heard that the U.S. picked up its first gold medal in ice dancing?
That is true. The U.S. ice dancing team has lived up to expectations. Merrill Davis and Charlie White made history by becoming the first pair to win gold in ice dancing. They have been training together since the age of 10. After a disappointing second-place finish in 2010 Vancouver Olympics, they were determined to win gold in Sochi. Last Monday night, they beat out their closest competition with more than 4 points. Their training partners and Canadian rivals Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer came in second place. Davis and White say they attribute their gold medal win to all their years of training together. The U.S. pulled off a big win in the 2-man bobsled event. American bobsledders Steve Holcomb and Steve Langton won first U.S. medal since 1952. Holcomb was almost forced into retirement in 2007 because of an eye disorder. Holcomb drove more than 5,000 feet of ice, about 80 miles per hour, finishing 0.22 seconds behind the Swiss team, ending the 62-year medal drought in men's bobsledding. The Swiss team finished 0.66 seconds behind Russia. Russia's driver guided the teams into gold medal position, continuing Russia's domination in men's bobsledding events. U.S. skier Bodie Miller has become the second most decorated male Winter Olympian. His bronze medal win in the Super G brings his total to 6.
He started his run strong, staying tenths of a second ahead of Italian skier Peter Phil. Bodie Miller was in tears in the finish area after an announcer mentioned Miller's late brother. His brother was a champion snowboarder with Olympic dreams who died of a seizure in April. Miller says this run and this medal mattered to him. Miller also is the oldest Olympian to win a medal. Craig Kimbrough has agreed to a 4-year contract with the Braves. This $42 million deal includes a club option for a 5th year and a $1 million bonus. Kimbrough has regarded as the best closer in baseball. He has led the National League with a 1.2 ERA with 98 strikeouts and 67 innings. And here in Los Angeles, Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw could pitch in 3 of the first season games. Kershaw pitched a career high in 259 innings, the most a Dodger since 1988. If Kershaw doesn't pitch against the Diamondbacks, then the Dodgers will start their season with Greinke and Ryu. The Dodgers say they will do everything to preserve Kershaw's arm, considering they signed him for a 7-year contract. The NBA All-Star Weekend live from New Orleans showed us that it was the young guns' time to shine. The Wizards' 23-year-old guard, John Wall, stole the show with an amazing reverse pump dunk after jumping over Washington's mascot and taking the ball from his hands. Wall's dunk propelled the East past the West to win the dunk competition and earned him the fans' vote for Dunker of the Night. Sunday's All-Star Game showed how the NBA was changing into a more fast-paced, high-offense game. The All-Star Game records that were broken include the most points scored by one team, the East, with 163, the most points scored in an entire game, 318, and the most points scored in one half, the West, with 89. Cleveland Cavaliers' Kyrie Irving was named the game's MVP after scoring 31 points and dishing 14 assists coming off the bench. That's it for sports. Back to you.
Coming up, we have recaps on the BAFTA Awards, actress Ellen Page coming out, and the tragic death of the Muppets' John Henson.
Thanks for calling the GED Pep Talk Center. Jerry Stiller speaking. Your level 7 in-your-face pep talk.
I can keep pushing. Believe me, I'm good at it.
Once you've got your GED diploma, you'll feel so good about yourself.
You tell him.
Mr. Trejo, can I transfer this guy to you? He needs something a little more
persuasive.
Yes.
Whatever motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Get your GED pep talk and find free classes at yourged.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
Do you know what to do?
Yes.
Bring it back to me. Then I'll give you your money.
Frank Thomas, you are under arrest for the theft of trade secrets. Come with me.
Bye-bye, Frank. Theft of trade secrets is illegal.
Adopting a new pet is a rewarding experience. And shelter pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
I hear you have some big news about the big winners at the BAFTA Awards.
That's right, Simone. In London, the 67th British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards brought stars and even royalty to the red carpet. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Tom Hanks, Lupita Nyong'o, and Prince William surprised fans on the BAFTA carpet. 12 Years a Slave took home 2 of the night's biggest awards, including Best Actor and Best Film. Winner for Best Actor, Chiwetel Ejiofor thanked the director, saying the award belonged to the director. The night's biggest applause was for newcomer Barkhad Abdi, who won Best Supporting Actor for his role in Captain Phillips. Abdi beat Bradley Cooper, Matt Damon, and Michael Fassbender. The space drama Gravity won 6 awards out of 11 nominations, including Alfonso Cuarón winning Best Director. Next month, the Academy Awards will be the season's final award ceremony. Hollywood actress Ellen Page has announced she's gay. The actress received an Oscar nomination for her role, Juno, and tearfully came out during an LGBTQ conference. The conference was devoted to issues of children who identify as lesbian, gay, transgender, bisexual, or queer. In her speech, Page said her spirit, mental health, and relationships suffered over the years because she was too scared to come out. Page called Michael Sam, a football player from the University of Missouri, who also came out this week, her hero. Sam could become the first openly gay player drafted by the NFL. Meanwhile, the actress will star in the new X-Men movie set for release in May. John Hanson, voice of the Muppets character Sweetums, died last weekend after a heart attack. Henson died in the age of 48 while at his home with one of his 2 daughters. Henson was the son of the creative genius and creator of the Muppets, Jim Henson. John had been active in the family business with his portrayal of a Muppets character since the 1980s. The family company remains active with fantasy, sci-fi, and children's animated series. Barbie is stirring up controversy again. The toy maker Mattel and Sports Illustrated say the doll will appear in the annual swimsuit edition of the magazine. Critics say it's wrong to use a children's toy to promote sexy images targeted for adults. They say children are not only influenced by what they see, but the toys they play with. For others, the partnership is not a big deal. One person on Twitter wrote, "No little girl reads Sports Illustrated. It's literally a doll in a bathing suit. Calm down, society." Mattel says that the campaign is not intended for girls, but to empower fans who celebrate all that makes them who they are. Rock and roll band AC/DC is set to return to the studio to record a new album. It's their first new music since 2008's Black Ice. The Aussie Rockers are also planning a concert in Vancouver. Lead singer Brian Johnson said the band has been around for 40 years. They are going to try to do 40 shows to thank the fans for their undying loyalty. Charlie Sheen has announced he and his new fiancée will sign a prenup before they wed. Sheen recently popped the question to porn star Brett Rossi. The actor doesn't believe the financial contract is necessary because he sees Rossi as his soulmate, but wants to stay protected just in case. Sheen is worth an estimated $125 million. This will be his 4th marriage. The Voice coach Christina Aguilera is also recently engaged. Aguilera said yes over the Valentine's Day weekend to her longtime boyfriend Matthew Rutler. This will be the singer's 2nd marriage. It's a baby week in Hollywood. One of the most powerful couples in Hollywood welcomed their baby boy this weekend. Simon Cowell and his girlfriend Lauren had their baby on Valentine's Day. The 54-year-old new dad hasn't been able to stop gushing over Eric. They shared photos of the little guy on Twitter. Simon tweeted, "Very happy to say Eric was born at 7:45 p.m., healthy and handsome." That's it for entertainment. Back to you.
Thank you. From all of us here at Valley View News, thank you for watching. I'm Strawan Awesome.
And I'm Simone Braithwaite. Have a great day.